We got the DJI Avatar 360 after the Avatar 2 to compete with the anti-gravity A1. Then why wouldn't we get a DJI Neo 360 after the Neo 2? It's very much possible. Many creators pair the DJI Neo 2 with a 360 action camera. They allow the DJI Neo 2 to trail them while also utilizing a 360 camera to capture multiple angles simultaneously. So it's very much possible we're getting an affordable and easy-to-use DJI Neo 360. Let's dive into what we know about the DJI Neo 3 and how it stacks up against the DJI Neo 2.
And today's video is sponsored by no one. If you want to book this spot, just mail us.
You can expect the Neo 360 to feature the same dual-lens 360-degree capture system capable of recording 8K/60 frames per second HDR video and shooting 120-megapixel still photos, backed by 1/1.1-inch CMOS sensors with 2.4 micrometers pixels for solid low-light performance. A single lens mode offering traditional 4K/60 frames per second forward-facing footage is also likely to make the cut, just like on the Avatar 360. D-Log-M support and a 180 megabits per second max video bitrate round out what would be a very capable imaging package for a drone at this price tier. On the flight side, you'd be looking at O4+ transmission with up to 20-kilometer range, omnidirectional obstacle sensing, and around 23 minutes of flight time. Integrated propeller guards and beginner-friendly N and S flight modes make it an easy pick for newcomers stepping into the 360-degree drone space for the first time. If DJI pulls this off, the Neo 360 could be the most accessible 360-degree drone yet. Before talking about what the Neo 3 might offer, it is worth understanding just how capable the Neo 2 already is, because it is genuinely a strong drone for its price. It weighs only 151 grams, which keeps it light enough for palm launches and pocket-friendly travel. The camera shoots 4K at up to 100 frames per second, which is a massive leap over the original Neo that maxed out at 4K 30 frames per second. There is also a new 2-axis gimbal on board, which means the footage stays smooth even when the drone is banking hard or fighting a bit of wind. One of the biggest upgrades from the original Neo is the obstacle avoidance system. The first Neo could only detect what was below it, which led to a lot of crashes when flying in follow mode. The Neo 2 fixes this completely with a full omnidirectional sensing setup that combines monocular vision cameras, a forward-facing LiDAR sensor, and infrared sensors pointing downward. In real-world tests, it stops itself before hitting walls and trees in a way the original simply could not. For beginners, this is massive. The criticisms of the Neo 2 are real though, and they matter when comparing it to what the Neo 3 is rumored to bring. Real-world flight time sits around 8 to 12 minutes, depending on how aggressively you fly, well below the 19-minute spec. The 2-axis gimbal is better than what came before, but it still shows limitations during extreme maneuvers compared to a full 3-axis setup. There is no 10-bit log video, so professional-looking color grades in post are tricky. The 1/2-inch sensor, while improved in terms of processing, is still the same chip DJI has been using across both Neo generations, which means low-light performance has a clear ceiling. These are the exact areas where the Neo 3 is expected to make its move. In April 2026, a prototype was spotted in field testing by one of the most trusted DJI leakers, Igor Bogdanov. The drone had a compact body with enclosed propeller guards very similar to the Neo 2, along with a noticeably redesigned symmetrical grille system that appears built to improve airflow and boost propulsion efficiency. The frame also looks slightly lighter than the Neo 2's build, despite these internal improvements, which suggests DJI has been working on weight reduction without sacrificing structural integrity. The palm launch mechanism appears refined as well, sitting closer to the body in a way that looks smoother to use in practice. The most exciting rumored upgrade for the Neo 3 is a larger camera sensor. The Neo 2 stuck with the same 1/2-inch chip across both generations, and that decision drew the most consistent criticism from reviewers. The Neo 3 is widely expected to step up to either a 1/1.3 inch or even a 1-inch sensor, which would transform the low-light performance of the drone entirely. A bigger sensor captures more light, produces less noise in dim conditions, and delivers better dynamic range overall. If DJI also introduces 10-bit D-Log-M color profiles alongside this sensor upgrade, which would follow the pattern it used when upgrading the Mini 4 Pro to the Mini 5 Pro, the Neo 3 would suddenly become a serious option for creators who want usable footage in a much wider range of lighting scenarios, not just the golden hour shots where the Neo 2 shines. Battery life is another area where the Neo 3 is expected to show meaningful improvement. The current Neo 2 battery is undersized for the extra power draw from its sensors and motors, leading to those short, real-world flight windows. A larger or more efficient battery cell in the Neo 3 could realistically push real-world flight time up toward the 20-minute mark and beyond, which would make a genuine difference for anyone using it to capture activities like cycling, hiking, or surfing. The symmetrical grille design spotted on the prototype also hints at motor efficiency improvements, which could contribute to longer battery life beyond just raw capacity. A 3-axis gimbal upgrade is also expected, and this one would close the gap with more expensive drones like the Mini series in terms of stabilization quality. The Neo 2's 2-axis setup handles the vast majority of shots well, but it can show a slight roll wobble during fast lateral movements or when the drone is fighting strong gusts. A 3-axis system would eliminate that entirely, giving creators significantly smoother cinematic footage without needing to apply heavy EIS cropping in post. Some community speculation has also floated the idea of a Neo 360 variant, with the prototype's body shape drawing comparisons to the kind of wide payload bay that could house a 360-degree camera module, similar to what the Avata 360 brought to DJI's FPV lineup. Nothing is confirmed on this front, but given how well the Avata 360 concept was received and how fierce the competition has become from Hover Air and Insta360, it would not be surprising if DJI built a 360-capable Neo as either a variant or a flagship option within the Neo 3 lineup. This is where it gets practical. The Neo 2 is an excellent drone right now, and if you need something immediately for content creation, travel, or family shoots, buying one today makes complete sense. It is the best value beginner drone on the market by a wide margin, and no amount of rumored specs changes what it can do for you today. That said, the gap between the Neo 2 and the rumored Neo 3 is not a minor one. If the sensor upgrade lands as expected, it would represent one of the most significant camera jumps the Neo line has ever seen.